fermented foods for reverse aging or rejuvenation of seniors. So this is a fermented food. It's miso, and you can sometimes find salad dressings that have got miso in it. So that's a fermented salad dressing. This one here is a meat that doesn't have preservatives, but it does have some cultures in it. Check the labels, make sure there's no preservatives, no nitrates, and that sort of thing. This one here is kombucha. I sometimes use this as a starter culture to make my own kombucha, and I use jars for that. And this one here is kimchi. I can actually buy a fermented kimchi cheaper and better than I can make it. This one here, I believe is a sauerkraut. So you can get different types of fermented sauerkraut. Again, make sure there's no preservatives, not pasteurized. This one here is something I found. Kikkoman. Kikkoman is part of the Oriental Asian tradition of fermented foods. And, you always check your labels and that sort of thing. This one here is a Kikkoman traditionally brewed soya sauce. If it's tasty, it might be fermented, right? This one here is a kefir, a dairy kefir. This one here is, again, a coconut yogurt. Again, check the labels. This one here I've done a video on separately. That produces a neurotransmitter GABA, should help with sleep. This is how I actually got started with fermentation with beer. So I do this in a jar, and I don't add sugar, so it's going to be low alcohol. And then for my starters, when I'm doing it myself, I haven't actually used the sourdough starter. I have a lot of success with using probiotics that are colony forming. I use those as starter cultures and so forth. You get a wide variety, and some of those will produce neurotransmitters which might address your mental or neurological problem. Sleep in my case. Here's some brewing yeast, some more brewing yeast, more brewing yeast. But you don't have to use beer to brew beer yeast. You can use bread yeast, and vice versa. You can use beer yeast to make bread. This one here is for fermenting rice. I got that from the Chinese store. And all this complements extremely well with the Mediterranean diet. Oil, nuts, hummus, dates. That's completely different than sugar. This is very, very healthy. You can look it up. And that pairs well with bananas. Bananas are also very healthy, very inexpensive. It reminds me, I think, Jack Johnson, who used to promote bananas. He was a heavyweight champion and one of the first black men to break into boxing and show black men's superiority in boxing. I don't know if that's still the case. This one here is mixed greens. This one here is mushrooms and so forth. So it's the Mediterranean diet plus fermented food that makes your rechargeable battery rejuvenated and reverse aging in some aspects, not every aspect. I think you can reverse age cardiovascular system, central nervous system, facial skin, musculoskeletal system, but not everything, right? It's the combination of good sleep, aerobic exercise, VO2 max exercise, fascia exercise, because you want your range of movement. And then, like I mentioned, fermented foods. That's it.